So this is an Elddis Crusader Mistral. I'm going to take you through the caravan and show you how it operates. By the main door, you have your main power switch for the caravan. So you've got power on and off here. You've got your light switch on the end. So as you can see, lights on and off. And then individual lights as you go through, individual lights as you go through the caravan. Awning lights and lights underneath the rails, etc. Above that, you've got your audio control panel. You've got your battery display here that tells you how much battery level you've got, and also the percentage of water that's in the water tank on board the van. Underneath the seat at the front of the van, once you've got all your main power on, you're going to come underneath the seat, underneath the far side of the van, and you'll find your drain down valve for the water system, the valve just here. Now to fill the water system, you need to have the valve in the position it's in now, and to drain it, you'd lift that valve upright. Also below the seat, you've got your mains consumer unit and your 12 volt fuses, and your motor mover control box just below here. Now to operate the water system, or to fill the water system, depending on what tank you're going to use, because you have got a second tank at the back of the van underneath the bed, with a drain down valve at the side of that also. So what you'll see is the blue valve down the side here. This tank's completely drained at the moment. To fill that tank, you'd need to flick that valve over the opposite way to what it is now, and that will allow you to fill the water system, the big water storage tank at the back of the van. A lot of people don't actually use these tanks, they just continue to run off their alcohol as they've done in the past. So what you do is you'll open all the taps up on the hot side, you come over to the sink, for instance, take the plug out. I'm going to tap over the sink and open up the water, or open up the tap on the hot side of the water heating. As you can see, there's already water in this van. But what you do is, if you're going to fill the internal tank, you'd flick this switch upwards, and that would fill the internal tank first and through to the taps. But you'd have to open all the taps up rather than just the one in the kitchen. And if you're going to run on the external supply, so from the aqua roll, you'd put this valve switch down, and that would just fill from the aqua roll to the taps on the caravan. Once the water system's full, you go over to the taps, turn all the taps off around the caravan, and then you'll be able to come to your heating and hot water control panel. So, to operate the heating in the caravan, you've got plus and minus buttons here to turn the temperature up and down, depending on where you want the temperature to be. Below that, you've got your water temperature, so you've got water on, as you can see here, 35 to 40 degrees. And then you've got water boost when you press the button a second time. So water on and water boost. Below that, you've got the amount of power that's coming into the caravan. So if you used a Truma system before, or a whale system, it'll have the option of running 500, 750 amp, watts, etc. coming through the caravan. In the audio control panel, you just go 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts depending on what sort of site you're on, and you'll be able to run the power through depending on what site you're on, you'll be able to run 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts, and that will control the amount of power the heating and hot water is going to use. Below that, you've got your option to run the caravan on gas. You have to hit the button here to get it to self-ignite on gas. At the moment there's no gas bottle on board, but if it did fail to ignite, as you probably saw towards the start of this video, there'd be a gas fail that appears at the bottom here. Words gas fail with 2 exclamation marks either end. In the settings just here, I do advise you read the manual for this part of it. Is to go, when you go through there, you can actually set timers for the heating and hot water also. For now, I'm just going to turn the control panel back off. To operate the fridge, you press the power button on the end here, and the fridge will kick in. As you can see at the moment, it's trying to ignite on gas. If it failed to ignite on gas, it would flash the pilot light here, and the warning light on the other end to let you know it has failed to ignite on gas. If you wanted to use mains, you press the mains button here, and you can control the temperature on gas or electric on the side here. If you wanted to use 12 volts, so you could use the fridge as a cool box while you're travelling, you could actually press the 12 volt symbol here when you connect it to your car, and it'll allow the fridge to work as a cool box, as previously said. At the moment, it's letting me know here that it has failed to go onto 12 volt because there's no vehicle connected at the front. But if it did ever do that on the gas or the electric, it just means it hasn't either ignited or there's no 12 volt supply. The cooker works exactly the same as your household cooker and a lot of the standard ones. This one has got a light on this particular one, as you can see. on the button on the end and your igniter on the other end. 240 ring at the back of the grill hob, sorry, will only work when you're connected to 240 mains power. Microwave, in the instruction manuals there will be a book regarding the microwave itself. Going to the bathroom, you've got an electric flush on the wall, as you can see, and then you've got a grey waste flap underneath the toilet itself. Shower, sinks, etc. all work the same as household appliances. I'm going to take you around the outside of the van now. So on this side of the van at the outside, as you come out the door, you've got the wheel and the motor mover, the storage locker for underneath the bed at the back of the van. At the front of the van, you've got your water pumps, etc. underneath there, and mains connectors, etc. underneath the locker in the bed at the front, underneath the bed at the front. Barbecue gas point at the front of the caravan, and I believe, and a 3-pin plug in the side there. On the front of the caravan, you've got your gas locker, as you'd expect, and then you've got your hookup procedure, which we'll go through in person here on site. On the side of the van, you've got your Aldi heating vent, and on the side of the van, on each side, you've actually got your wind down legs. You've then got your water pump connection on the side of the caravan, on the far side of the caravan, your battery box and power lead coming into the side of the van. You've then got your fridge vents on the side of the van also. The wheel nuts and mover, I said, we'll demonstrate in person on site here and torque the wheel nuts so you can see they've been tightened correctly. You've then got your grey waste flaps on the side of the caravan for your waste water, and then in the locker at the back you've got your toilet tank, which works the same as they have done for many years. 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid before use. And at the back of the caravan then, you've got your wind down legs on either side. If you have any further questions on the Elddis Crusader Mistral, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll